Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I am your host, Kimberly Cloud. So, I I always have to internalize and analyze what I do. So, I'm going to show you the clip, but it's a clip on CNN. I'm not watching 40 minutes of dumbed down CNN. And I said to myself, I'm like, 15 minutes of it is good enough. But they were going on and on about a timeline. Why are you feeding that to the people? Why are you controlling the people to make them fear a timeline, an unreasonable timeline for a very short and precise and complex war? They said Donald Trump, because I would identify the people if I knew who they were. They weren't even a familiar face. This was the first time I was seeing of Donald Trump in life. And they have their opinions about your statistics. 4 Democrats sat and 2 Republicans. The Republicans went to bat for you. One white woman, one white man. And it's terrible. It's very terrible. They were they wouldn't allow a whole complete thought. That's irrational thinking. They feel that to cut someone off shows that they're smarter. And that's not always true. This isn't a debate table. And one of the guys that just happened to be African American, because I love African American men, just all men, all men. However, he just happened to be African American. And he said, leave. He told the white lady that was Republican to leave Biden out of this. Now, imagine that, America, in the world, to leave Biden out of an equation, to just redact the president as if the president never did a 4-year term. So not only is this illogical, he was saying to her, how can you not talk about Biden to compare them? Because all it is comparing one guy to the next that works under God in what they truly believe in and their values and mission statements. Look at Obama. He managed to send $1.7 billion over to Iran. Okay. And they took up for him. But they said leave Biden out of it, as if CNN never will bring up Biden again. I mean, however, they were the people that were talking major illegal propaganda about Biden. I mean, Trump. They would sit up there and just lie. They would make it seem, you remember what happened Biden wasn't senile. He didn't have cancer. He knew he had cancer. How can a president not take care of themselves more thoroughly? How can a former president, not that was guided towards a former president, Biden, how can a former president not get called out on plagiarism when he was senator? How can a president get away with calling African American young kids roaches? How can CNN not post the storyline of Biden's history, corrupt history, and questionable history? How his daughter, which they don't talk about, they talk about the Hunter Biden laptop, but what they don't talk about, which I personally read, was his daughter saying she thinks she may have been taking inappropriate showers with her father. So imagine what secrets lie and exist in the Biden era, but don't talk about Biden, but talk about Trump because he is the president that don't give a timeline. When World War I, 1913, took hundreds of thousands of soldiers, and it nearly tripled World War II. Other wars ensued that has killed millions of soldiers. Imagine being able to go in and extract the negative outlier without killing anyone, except for the leaders that have no use in this world. Imagine that for a second. Someone who don't know what they, you know how you swipe on a dating app and you see someone's profile that say they don't know what they want. Well, Iran don't know what they want. They didn't for a time. They knew they wanted death to America. But if Trump is saying, based on his advanced behavior analogy of Iran, not no CNN analogy, because then you brought Saudi Arabia, Israel into it, that they didn't know he was supposed to make this move. You mix partial truths with facts in between lies, and your spinoff of an opinion based on a democratic view of things. That's how I feel you do. You didn't give the white lady no room to speak. I don't know who she is, but she got my support. Four Democrats against one lady, and one guy had a nerve to say, "Don't speak about Biden on CNN, a major network." He said, in his exact words, this is what he said: "Can we just pretend for an hour that Biden doesn't exist? I'm tired of hearing about him. It's Trump who's president." So we're not going to remember that he left equipment overseas. People died. People died off those planes. They were literally, imagine your life or death situation where you're on top of a plane that you cannot grab onto in hopes. That's illogical thinking. That is fight or flight response. You are on top of a plane. It's not funny. It's disturbing because you think it will fly you back home. And you left equipment for them to reverse engineer. You made reckless decisions as a president. He is very valid in CNN. I could have did a better job than him and still managed to be at the beach and ran circles around him at his beach house. I would have chose a better cabinet pick. Everything that you saw the last 4 years was an inherent reign. No, let me rewind. An inherent train wreck. They inherited and predicted when he would take office. And it became a train wreck. He was always at the beach. And the moves he made, they had to push him to make. And if that was a lie, then why was he always in the basement? Trump don't deserve to tell you no timeline. His level of thinking has nothing to do with you. What he is doing is historically shifting our children, grandchildren, and children we won't never get to see unless we come out with newer technology to see them in the future. He's thinking beyond that. And all you can think of is a freaking short timeline. Oh, this has been over 100 days. I don't know what I'm going to do. You don't know what you're going to do. He said that it has been over 100 days. Nor did he compare World War I, II, every war to this war. They never do it. I am tired of them giving me for. I used to love. My story goes like this. And Donald Trump, most likely already know, I was in Philadelphia with a story from what happened to me, severely traumatic event. And I went to NBC. It was either CNN or NBC. I can't, it was a big building in the heart of Philadelphia. And I looked up to this company. Before I knew, I had to learn the hard way. If my son isn't shot, or I'm not getting shot, or someone in my family is getting shot or sacrificed, they don't want nothing to do with me. That's how they do in Philadelphia. And so I'm trying to get in. I wasn't trying to push my way in. I was trying to demand my way in based on my story I had. And they straight ignored me. I called everything. And I walked away mad and had to learn. The same way I had to learn, what are their names? NPR. They played me. These news companies, they get credibility pushing out fake news. They don't want to give a Republican a chance to tell their truth. But it's okay because he will go down in history. He don't need a Nobel Peace Prize defaulted to him. He don't need recognition from these deranged people. He don't need nothing but to do his job for, ultimately, what do we do when we marry? Who come first in our life? Our wife, our children, our grandchildren, our future children. Ask yourself this. Could you juggle what he's juggled? Yeah, definitely. I, from a source, some source told me that, I mean, there's an app that you can get on for those who don't know that you can watch Nancy Pelosi stocks in real time and other high end politicians. But there is, I don't know how factual it is, but someone told me, and then I heard it again, but I didn't read about it, so I can't definitively say it. Even if you read, it doesn't mean it's true or not. But Nancy Pelosi owns shares of the company that makes the voting machines. Mm. Some of y'all didn't know that. That is allegedly. Now imagine, do you know what a share is? Don't laugh to the people that do. Let me explain my story. That is a part of a company. You owning a part of the company is one thing. But someone like Nancy Pelosi owning a part of that company, I bet you know the ins and outs. I bet you they know the ins and out of gerrymandering. I bet you they know just enough to get over on the people, and they've been doing it for years, decades. Voter fraud. I went to a caucus, Republican house. There, I spoke in Seattle. Before I spoke, they were talking about stuff being missing. Ballots end up missing. This was in California. Washington Grand Old Party knows my address. And they're in Washington. I never reached out to Jim Wash, but I respect him. I looked him up. He made a movement in Washington that nearly a half a century that they've been in power has shifted a lot of minds. I went to Honorable Governor Little's office. Yeah, I went. I went runny nosed and all. This is when my allergies was severe. When spring first broke. When it broke, my nose just broke. And I went there and I advocated for my, I didn't, you know why I went there? Because of what illegally had happened to me. I won't get into detail, but I went there and it's beautiful inside. I could never forget. walking in the heart of it. And I mean, by accident, I think all they analyzed that. How many people just happen to look up? Just think of a couple getting married or a couple just looking up and they're like, hey, baby, look up. And they look up and they see the stars. And the crown of it is gold, a gold bald eagle. The same bald eagle that was shown when King Charles was here. Now, imagine the power that man has. The Democrats didn't even argue. For that is history, y'all. When Trump first did an address of the union, people were arguing and resisting. King Charles, I believe the third, he comes and it's harmony. And then there was a personal after session address that King Charles and Donald Trump did, where I didn't understand for a split fraction of a second why a man who has talent in renovating the world, if not the universe, can't seem to get the lighting right in that sector of where he was. Because what I saw was different. I let you be the judge and watch those clips carefully. But in that footage, it was a gold eagle. I say to myself, why? You can say conspiracy theory all you want, but why? Why respect the hierarchy of a bird? Why? Yeah, I mean, think for a second. Why? I think it has some more meaning and it goes into the mythology of Egyptians with Ra being the sun god, and he was half bird and half man, or the jackal, half dog like man, half man. And what really, really got me was how it's so many things that got me with the creation of this year and a half worth of successful treaties, signings. But if I think like that, why isn't CNN thinking like that? any rational person, like the African American woman, she makes some points, but it's scripted. It's like she basically says stuff to the degree of questioning and challenging him based on him not having time, supposedly on his. I mean, there is no rooting for him. There is no nothing. There's no positivity except from the one lady that's Republican and the one man that's Republican. Let's watch it for 10 minutes. And then what I'll do, I cannot watch it. I cannot watch it and on YouTube. So I suggest you like shuffle now and try to find a way to like I don't know, like shuffle my websites. You know, I'm on Facebook at the Kimberly Cloud Show 39. I'm on LinkedIn at the Kimberly Cloud Show. YouTube is about to go away. Twitch, the Kimberly Cloud Show 39, I believe. Uh, X is KCS Experience 84. The Kimberly Cloud Show 39 on Instagram, and Kimberly Cloud 84. No, the Kimberly Cloud Show 84 on Rumble. So hold on. So did y'all shuffle? We're about to see because once I cancel this, it's about to show. Here we go in 3.